In this video, we are going to show you how to enjoy Florence in just 24 hours. This itinerary is perfect for those doing a day trip from Rome, Milan or Venice, for those with a long layover, or for those with little time on an Italy trip. Even with little time, you can know the essential of the cradle of the Renaissance if you know how to organize. Let us go. First of all, the initial logistics. Florence has two nearby airports. Amerigo Vespucci just 8 kilometers from the center, with the T2 tram that leaves every 5 minutes for €1 and 50 cents to Santa Maria Novella station in 20 minutes. The second option is Pisa Airport 80 kilometers away, with direct Pisa mover train to Florence for €10 in 1.5 hours. Those who come from Rome or Milan by train arrive directly at Santa Maria Novella Central Station, in the heart of Centro Storico, just 15 minutes walk from the Duomo. It is the most practical transportation for Florence. Your morning starts early, at 8 o'clock, with Italian breakfast at any bar in Centro Storico, with cornetto filled with cream or jam and cappuccino for €3 to €5 taken standing at the counter. Then head straight to the Duomo of Santa Maria del Fiore, the impressive Gothic cathedral of white, green, and pink marble that is the absolute postcard of Florence, with the famous Brunelleschi dome from the 15th century. Entry to the cathedral is free, but to climb the dome, you need to book in advance and it costs €30, including also the Giotto Bell Tower and the St. John Baptistry. Reserve approximately 2 hours for everything. Around 10:30, walk 5 minutes to the Accademia Gallery to see the original David by Michelangelo, a 5-meter-tall marble sculpture considered one of the most perfect works of art ever created. Book your ticket online at least 2 weeks in advance. It costs €16 and avoids a 2 to 3 hour line. The visit lasts about an hour, and the museum also has other lesser-known but equally impressive works from the Florentine Renaissance. Around 1 in the afternoon, time to have lunch like an authentic Florentine at the famous Mercato Centrale of San Lorenzo 10 minutes walk away. Go up to the second floor of the market, completely renovated into a spectacular food hall with dozens of local producers and renowned chefs. Try authentic Lampredato at the historic Da Narbonne, or assemble a plate with Tuscan pecorino cheeses, artisanal cured meats, schiacciata bread, and a glass of Chianti for €15 to €25 total. It is one of the best cheap gastronomic experiences in Florence. Early afternoon around 2:30, cross the center to Piazza della Signoria, the political and civic square of Florence for 7 centuries, with the impressive fortified Palazzo Vecchio, the Loggia dei Lanzi with open-air Renaissance sculptures like the Perseus by Cellini, and the David replica by Michelangelo. Continue walking to the Uffizi Gallery, considered one of the most important museums in the world, with absolute works like The Birth of Venus and Primavera by Botticelli, The Annunciation by Leonardo da Vinci, and the Doni Tondo by Michelangelo. Book online for €25 and reserve at least 3 hours for the visit. Speaking of tickets and attractions, in the video description and here in the QR code, we will leave the link to the site we always use to buy tickets and tours for the lowest price. It is the largest tours website in the world and has practically everything there. Everything at the lowest price, and you can buy in any currency, saving on fees. And they have free tours that are great, including guided walking tours through the Uffizi and Accademia. And remember that in this link below, we always organize everything you need to plan your entire trip at the lowest price. The sites we use to put together our trips, with everything much cheaper, travel SIM card, travel insurance for half the price, tickets to all the attractions, good and cheap hotels we have stayed at, cheap car rentals, and the global account. And the links already include automatic discounts, so save and use this page that will make your trip much easier. Before crossing to the other side of the river, if you still have stamina around 4 in the afternoon, it is worth making a quick stop at the Basilica of Santa Croce, just 10 minutes walk from the Uffizi. It is the largest Franciscan church in the world, with impressive marble facade and the pantheon of the great Italians like Michelangelo, Galileo, Machiavelli, and Rossini buried inside. The entry costs €8 and the visit lasts about an hour. Then walk through the charming Piazza Santa Croce with its bistros and have an authentic Florentine espresso at a local bar before continuing the itinerary. Around 6 in the afternoon, time to cross the famous Ponte Vecchio, the only Florence bridge that survived the Second World War, with its colorful medieval houses and dozens of traditional jewelers since the 16th century. Stop to take photos and admire the view of the Arno River. Continue walking through Oltrarno, the bohemian and authentic side of Florence, with the famous Palazzo Pitti and the Boboli Gardens, century-old artisan workshops, art galleries, and the charming Piazza Santo Spirito with a neighborhood square atmosphere. Late afternoon around 7 o'clock, go up to Piazzale Michelangelo for the most spectacular sunset in Florence, with absolute panoramic view of the city, including Duomo, Ponte Vecchio, and Palazzo Vecchio. The climb takes about 20 minutes on foot up the stairs of Giardino delle Rose, or take bus number 12 from the station. The view of the sun setting behind the Tuscan hills is absolutely unforgettable. It is worth bringing a bottle of Chianti wine and having an improvised picnic like Florentines do. Your evening starts around 8:30 with dinner at a traditional trattoria in Oltrarno or Santa Croce. Book in advance classics like Trattoria Mario or Trattoria Sostanza, or walk through Oltrarno and choose any busy trattoria with tables on the street. Share an authentic bistecca alla Fiorentina with ribollita as starter, house Chianti wine, and finish with Cantucci and Vin Santo. The bill for a couple is between 70 and 120 euros with excellent value for money. After dinner, walk through the illuminated alleys of the historic center and absorb the Renaissance magic that makes Florence unforgettable. For those who still have energy after 11 at night, the Santa Croce neighborhood has dozens of trendy bars, enotecas with Chianti by the glass for 6 to 8 euros, and pubs busy until late, frequented by young Florentines. For something more sophisticated, go up to one of the rooftops of Centro Storico with a view of the illuminated Duomo, an absolutely romantic experience worth the investment of 12 to 15 euros per drink. An essential tip for this quick trip is to have internet on your phone to use GPS, transportation apps, and make real-time reservations. We always buy the SIM card before the trip, receive it at home, and arrive connected at the destination. It is much cheaper than roaming. A SIM card for 7 days costs an average of 20 to 30 euros if you are coming from outside Europe. And a golden tip for those with just a layover in Florence. Santa Maria Novella station has luggage storage called Kai Point for 6 to 16 euros per bag per day. Perfect to drop off your bags and enjoy the day in Florence without wait. If your layover is at least 8 hours, it is absolutely worth entering the city, especially if you come from Rome or Milan on a fast train. An additional tip for those with one more day in Florence: consider doing a half-day excursion to Chianti to visit 2 historic wineries with wine tasting and typical Tuscan lunch for 90 to 120 euros, or a day trip to Pisa and Lucca for about 80 euros including transportation. Another spectacular option is San Gimignano and Siena with lunch, wine, and guided visits for 140 euros. In a full day in the most beautiful Tuscan landscapes. These excursions leave every day from the center of Florence and perfectly complement the urban itinerary. And for those who are new here on the channel, you are very welcome. Our mission is to help you travel more and better around the world. If you are enjoying it, subscribe here on the channel and like the video. That helps us a lot. 3 final essential tips for this 24-hour itinerary in Florence. First, wear very comfortable shoes with anti-slip sole, because you will easily walk 12 kilometers between ancient cobblestones and climbs to viewpoints. Second, book in advance both the Uffizi Gallery and the Accademia Gallery, or you will lose at least 2 hours in lines in high season. And third, define your priority between Duomo, Uffizi, or Accademia, because trying to do everything in depth in 24 hours is exhausting. Florence is a city to return to several times and absorb calmly. If you liked the video, like it and subscribe to our channel to travel more and better around the world. Thank you very much and have a great trip.